Hey, hi, it's Wednesday, the 10th of November. 20, what year is it? 2021? Last time I checked.
Yeah.
And we're here making stuff. I'm working on a fake messenger application because I've just been struck by pure insanity. I assume the Eve is doing more Blender stuff. Are you, Eve?
Sorry, what?
Are you doing more Blender things?
Yeah.
Oh, I should... Well, hang on. I should do a couple of things. Firstly, I should move this chair so that I am not destroying my back and my other limbs whilst doing this. And then move it. And then I was going to be like, I should make myself a little busy. I should make myself a little bigger. But now I've adjusted my posture. I've automatically become a bit bigger. Oh man, why did that list... Wow. That list is like really big on your stream.
Is it?
Yeah. It like covers the whole screen for some reason.
Oh, it like only covers a tiny portion of it on my thing.
Are you streaming like the Blender application window?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so sometimes Discord gets confused and you bring up a pop-up menu and it's like Oh, this menu is the entire application. It streams just to that menu. It's not. We don't need to fix it or anything. It was just kind of funny looking when I saw it. Ugh. And I'm gonna sit on this message data screen for a hot minute because I was in the middle of making tea. I'm gonna get my tea. I'm very, very tired today, which you may or may not be able to tell by the huge long gaps when I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. So, if you're like, wow, Nifty, you're being totally whack, that's why.
Super whack.
Slept for like 2 hours. And yesterday I slept for like 3 hours, and the day before I slept for like 2.5 hours. My entire body is in open rebellion against me now. Which, you know, if it wasn't also my body that was consigning to me this, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. It's not really fair to, you know, deprive you of like 70% of what you say you need to operate, and then be like, why do you do this to me? How could have this happened? How could this tragedy been prevented? Tucky wanted me to come and drink with her tonight. I was like, no, I gotta stream. Today's
No, I
streaming day.
have important things to do.
Well, I didn't say important, but today is streaming
Rude.
day. I mean, it's important because if I stop doing it, I'll probably just like stop making things. I'll get like, you know, 8 hours back to play video games in though. That'd be nice. Might actually get to finish Inscription.
That might be my next thing I do.
Ooh, do it. I need people to talk to about Inscription. I mean, I guess I also need to beat it, but...
How many hours have you done?
Check 1 second. I think I'm at like 8 or 9 hours right now. Inscription. Oh no, 11 hours. I've been going like a little slow compared to the average user, because it took me a while to like understand the card game. I took a couple of losses early on because I was like, oh, I don't get this. Still less losses than Northern Lion though. I love when he plays and he plays against the AI and he's like, ah, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're a big idiot. Look, I'm kicking your ass, and then he dies. Alright. Let me see.
I don't remember. There we go. That's the button I want to press. Okay.
And then... Oh my god, OneDrive. Fuck off. I never asked for this. I was never like, please Microsoft, give me some like weird pseudo private storage space on my computer and keep repeatedly pestering me to use it. What a bunch of horseshit. Alright. So this needs a view. Okay, so chat message view. Sure. Actually, you know what this chat window is missing? Just literally realizing this now. It has nowhere to like for me to type stuff, even though you can't type stuff. Oh, how am I going to do that even? So my stupid plan that's actually brilliant, because I'm not stupid, I'm very smart. People keep telling me. Is to do a narrative idle game where the story is told by people messaging you through the app where the game is played, like the NPCs send you messages.
Mm-hmm.
So you have something to do whilst you're playing to advance the story, and it also means that if you want to see what other branches are in the IM conversation, when you reset, you can go down the other branches because you're resetting the conversations, right? So I'm just like building out a little like fake messenger client, and then I'm going to try and build a thing to like play messenger conversations and look through them and jump back and forward and find stuff. And my plan for talking to NPCs, since you know just typing anything wouldn't work, and I don't want to have like a dialogue wheel, is like your messenger client is broken and you can only send emojis. So when somebody's asking you something, all you can do is pick from like a limited set of emojis as a response. And then maybe
Oh yeah.
as like a function of the game, eventually you'll like unlock new stuff. Did you ever play Crosscode?
No.
One of the things in Crosscode is like when you go into the MMO, your like avatar's damaged and you can't use the chat integration properly. So like as you play through the game, the person who's helping you like slowly adds one word at a time that you can use in conversation. I think the first thing you get is your name, and then you get the ability to say hello and goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give you yes and no for ages. It sucks. But it was really cool. It was really neat, and it took some of that edge off of like I feel like the game is arbitrarily taking control away from me. The game is forcing me to act as a character and not as myself.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe I'll just like reserve some space at the bottom for an emoji wheel. I don't fucking know.
Hey!
Bless you. What are you doing in? What are you doing in Blender?
Following a tutorial.
Ah. Okay. Well, then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shrink this bad boy down a little bit. I'm gonna copy this header, put it at the bottom, and then rename this chat footer. I spent so much time over the past few days, trying to arrange, like, do all these UI elements so that the chat bubbles and stuff work properly. Unity's a total fucking pain in the ass. Were you laughing at? Oh, it's surprised Pikachu. How you do that?
Modifiers.
Do you draw that in, or do you just like use a texture to apply it?
I imported a photo.
Ah, okay. This is. Oh wait, no, you weren't watching the stupid kung fu movie yesterday. In the kung fu movie yesterday, one of the main characters who's Donnie Yen, there's like a girl who really likes him, but he clearly like hates her like a lot. And there's a point in the movie where she's like, "It's my birthday, I want you to tattoo me." And I was joking about him tattooing a dick butt on her, but now I'm like, maybe he should have tattooed surprised Pikachu. Like, he makes stupid requests.
My horrifying Pikachu.
What's horrifying about it? So it's like, is it actually 3D then?
Yeah.
Okay, so it must have like generated a depth map off the image, and then you've like,
Yeah.
it's like mapped the UVs of the image. That's cool. It'd be really useful if you're trying to do like, you know, something that has an engraved surface or something. Because you could just do the texture and then be like, use modifiers to bevel or emboss it, right? I assume that's what that mod.
Now look at my Pikachu.
I'd rather not. It's not very. It's not very pleasant. Unpleasantpikachu.com. Okay, so I'll do this to get the stream view up. No, wait, I gotta put that in this monitor. And then this. And then go here.
Here you go. Delete. New texture. Let's find something else to mess around with.
That's weird. I can open
What?
Discord over the top of Discord and it doesn't like nuke the stream video. But if I open like a browser or something, it just like rips the video, it all goes grey.
We will put Balloon Mimikyu in this.
What's like... Ugh, I don't know. I don't... Oh no, Discord over the top of Discord does nuke the stream, alright. It's just
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
It's just
That's
this
silly
is
to
on-
assume it wouldn't.
Well, I didn't assume it wouldn't. I put the stream into a different, like I put restream into a different window, and then like did the thing to find out what would happen. But I guess restream was so far behind that it didn't update until now. Oh, my phone is sad. Oh, let's get you on life support, buddy. Ah! Oh, you're just opening a separate view. For a second I was like, what's your screen is like duplicating itself? What's going on?
I know I've been to the UV screen. I just don't remember how to get there. What do you mean? This is what the UV editor looks like. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
What's going on your image? It has some weird shapes on it.
Mm-hmm. Why do you bring me here? Hey, internet, tell me how to fucking view my UVs. Oh, okay. That worked.
Oh, I mean, the internet is very knowledgeable about these things. Oh, you know what? Oh, it's Mimikyu. Hey, it's Mimikyu. Maybe that's the next Pokemon thing they should do. Instead of Hey You Pikachu, it's Hey You Mimikyu. It's just really
Hey, you
it's
Mimikyu.
it's just really spooky.
Top left.
There aren't enough things that are like cute,
Display screen.
cute, but also spooky. Cause spooky.
And drop down list. The top. Shift A. Mesh.
Hey Discord, would you care to just connect on this other computer for me? Thank you. Thank you.
That's not what I wanted. Fucking stupid. I don't want a whole fucking video. Okay, okay. Applying texture 3D model just became easier. Blah 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 blah.
Oh. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Back on target.
Duplicate tab. A. What? Select UV sphere. No, that's not what I wanted to fucking do. You stupid thing. I don't want that. Okay, switch over to edit mode. With the left mouse button. Select over to see. What? There we go. Press Control E. Marks the like UV. The fuck?
Oh man, you're back in. What the fuck is Blender doing, world?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I look at the picture and their picture does not look the same as mine, so I don't fucking know what I'm doing now.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing ever, so.
I don't know why their screen looks different from mine.
I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to get to a UV edit mode.
Wait, I've got to not do that. Because it will fucking break the chat. Alright, I need to do the thing.
The ultimate UV mapping.
Well, you know, you wouldn't want less than the ultimate in UV mapping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to get destroyed by Kenny at the end of the league in the greatest reversal slash upset ever.
Like if you look at Brandy's right now, it's her current points are 69.63 and her projected points are 69.88.
Oh, I guess she's not locked. It's just that nothing else is gonna get a
She only
meaningful number
has,
of points.
yeah, she only has Cuphead the Delicious Last Course, which I don't even know when it's planning on coming out.
I mean, it's supposed to be this year. I don't have it as a confirmed date, but I'm also slowly losing my faith in confirmed date games because I've had like 3 of them all dropped back to back. I'm like, I need to to rethink my overall
It doesn't have a
strategy.
specific release date. It says estimated 2021.
Well, that's spooky then if it's not like.
We're in November and it's estimated 2021.
Yeah, and there's been no like announcement or trailer or
Brian
anything.
has Nirvana, the Cyberpunk bartending action, and it doesn't even have 2021. It just says TBA.
Nirvana might still get a surprise release this year. We got. Alright. Yeah, I see. Cuphead. And that's it. Brandy cleaned up
Yeah.
on counter picks though. No losses for the counter picks.
Yeah. Nobody got points from counter pits, it looks like.
I think with this setup, it's incredibly hard to get points from your counter picks.
Well, I mean, we did 5, right? 5 draft and then
Yeah.
and then
So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. And you think between us
Harvest Moon
picking
is one of the only ones, and Biomutant are like the 2 that you could have picked and gotten points off of. Couldn't have picked Balan Wonderworld because that was a pickup, not a draft.
Yeah.
Oh, Stonefly. I don't think Stonefly was drafted. I think he just dropped a bunch of
I
his
think that
initials.
Stonefly was something was dropped and then
Yeah,
taken in
no,
its
that's what I was just
place.
saying.
I can actually look in the league history and check. Oh, that's. Oh wait, no. That's the first. The first thing that happened was the first thing to happen in the league was new Pokemon Snap was drafted. Near Disco Elysium, Tunic, Silk Song, Stray, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Breath of the Wild 2, Returnal, Monster Hunter Rise, Bravely Default 2. Like, you wouldn't counterpick any of these. None of them. Horizon Forbidden West, Little Nightmare 2, God of War Ragnarok, Far Cry 6, Guilty Gear Strive, 12 Minutes, Chris Tales. Like, I don't think Chris Tales is going to do less than 70.
Chris Tales got 3 points, so 73.
Yeah. Neo, The World Ends With You. We like knew too much about that game to be like, oh, it's probably going to be a stinker. Same thing with Evil Genius, Canna, Hogwarts Legacy game deck. I think game deck still came out above 70 points though.
Yeah, I listed everything that we could have counterpicked that would have, which was Harvest Moon, which was Brandy's final pick in the draft.
Harvest Moon One World was a pickup.
No, it wasn't.
It is. I'm looking at the history. It says pickup successful. Acquired game Harvest Moon One World
Oh.
with a bid of $5.
Then the only one, Biomutant?
Yeah, I think so.
Biomutant's the only one that would have got somebody points.
I mean, like, technically the response to that is maybe we should do one more game in the draft to, like, open the door to that, but I enjoy the suffering. Like,
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Also, based on people I follow on Twitter, it's just been, like, an exceedingly good year for video games. Like, it's just been very good. I love looking in the middle of this history, and there's all three, me and Kenny, and Ryan, all tried to acquire Deltarune Chapter 2 at the same time. We all failed because it had been flagged as free.
I still think it was funny that Shay's counter pick was Pokemon Snap because she didn't undo the thing.
Yeah, it was extra funny because I was like, are you sure? Are you certain you don't want to manually do this? And then immediately... How could this happen to me? Etc, etc. Alright, well... I'm pretty happy with the league this year. Aside from, I really want to do a secondary mid-season draft to like get some hype going again. I'm really interested in doing an E3 draft that is like the rule is you're only allowed to pick stuff that was shown at E3.
Like it would be E3 2022.
Yes.
And then we have a secondary thing where you're only allowed to pick.
Yes.
The
It'd be
E3s.
it'd be a second league, and you can only pick games that were at E3. Obviously, there's like some of it's going to be Scouts Honor, right? I mean,
I don't know, man, because like we can
go check. I mean, but what I'm saying is
forcibly delete that one.
What I'm saying is when we do the draft, I'm not going to be checking each game as it goes into the draft, being like, was this actually at E3? But probably check after and be like, if it wasn't, then you're gonna.
When you say at E3, do you mean the conferences?
Just anything that was shown at E3. So that would include the big indie show reels and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So you'd still have
I mean, I watch most of them, so
you'd still have a lot to choose from. I'm so excited for the game. I think it previewed at E3 this year, which was like the thing where you're on the space station and it's like a narrative game and you assign dice to your different stats and you're
I'm excited about that one. I don't remember what it's called.
You're trying to like undermine the corporation running the space station or something. I don't know, it looks great. I mean, I can always look on my spreadsheet. I know it's on there. Apparently, it's not in my autocompletes on my tablet. This is wild. You still trying to work out your UV thing?
Tutorial.
I just want to say it started with an S. I put a new tab on my spreadsheet that I use just for spooky games. Newly a Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah.
It's got that, got paparazzi. You suck at parking, which I don't think was at E3. It was at a Steam Game Festival thing. Got that.
I think it was mentioned in one of the videos at E3.
Got Doke V, which was Gamescom and not E3, but god, that game looks bananas. I had Musical Story and Road 96, which were definitely at E3. Road 96 is actually out now, so I could move that into my other list. So, just no shortage of, if I want to just, you know, draft stuff that I like, I've got no shortage of things to pick from now.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I really like the Steam Games Festivals, but they really have made the backlog unbearable. I'm just crushed by the unbearable weight of the backlog now. I didn't even finish the Outer Wilds DLC yet. I remembered. I like slowly slowed down playing it because I was getting kind of stressed out doing the stealth parts of it. Right. Right. Oh. Um. I guess I needed some sort of like timeline, probably. Oh my gosh. No, wait, this is correct. No, wait, this is abstract. I don't need to define this. So then, public class message event public message event takes message data. Oops.
Here. Okay.
Wait, this needs to extend event. Why should I name an event for like somebody else is typing a message? Typing event seems weird. Writing event? Yeah, sure. Oh man, you know what this is gonna need? Because the memes are too good, is the little bar at the bottom that says several people are typing.
Well, I'm gonna pick this. Where the fuck are you?
I don't like writing event.
Ah. I guess this PNG app.
Okay. I'm really like puzzling on how to do the like thing for somebody is writing a message for fake NPCs. I'm thinking maybe I can give everyone like a writing speed, and then when you're like, this is the message, you can also generate the like, this is how long they would be typing for. I'm really, because I'm a nerd, I'm really excited to do storytelling in the form of like, you know, when somebody takes ages to write a message and erases it 7 times, and you see them typing and then stop typing and then start typing again, and then stop typing, and then like 5 minutes later they send you something that's way shorter than the total time that they spent typing. Which on Messenger can sometimes be fucked up because you like paste something and it's like you've been writing for 17 years, but you actually haven't. You just pasted something.
I'm really excited for Arcane next Saturday.
I'm more excited, not more excited than I am for Arcane, but more excited in general for Ruined King. Because I heard some stuff about the sound design on it.
That doesn't have a release date right now.
No, it does not. But I was talking to somebody else about Arcane, and they were talking about the people doing the audio for Ruined King.
Okay.
Which I'm just not sure how much I'm allowed to say about it, which is why I'm being cagey. actually need some way to encode this. Maybe as like... Hmm. Just a number of milliseconds to show typing is happening for? Oh man, some like Airflux bullshit is happening on my tablet. I didn't even install Airflux on it, so I have no idea what's going on. That's no good. Ah! I was like, this week I'm gonna do something more fun and visual. and I've just ended up in code again. Oh, what a rip. I see you have a cylinder now. Does that mean you managed to figure out the UV thing? It looks like it.
Eh.
And maybe I'll address my keyboard issue sometime in the near future now. I keep accidentally erasing stuff when I mean to paste or copy or something else. Public calls, public class. Itch, 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 itch. Itch.io. Do that.
I somehow got rid of a thing I didn't want to get rid of, and I don't know how to get it back.
What'd you get rid of?
I don't know what it's called, but it's like a thing on the side. Like a, it's not a drop down. I don't know.
Public list. Capacity count is fixed size. Why does this not think that this is a real thing?
I don't know, man.
Well, fucking, I don't know.
Any of us know.
Some people probably do. Gotta stop cutting corners. That's weird. Programming is weird. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where's my life?
Do I just not have the newest blender? I just got it like a while ago. I don't. They fucking... What do you mean you've upgraded it that much since I downloaded it last? Did you watch that video I sent called Sprite Fright?
No, I'm still working on the which is the best character in Scooby-Doo and why is it Shaggy video? No, why is it Fred?
I sent the Sprite Fright like way long ago.
I mean, I might have watched it. I probably forgot. My brain is like just unbelievably spacey right now. What was it? Oh, right.
I have to close Blender. I'm sorry for messing up the stream.
It's fine. I don't have a solo view though, so maybe I will.
It won't be long.
I'm just going to my TV list to see if, yeah, here we go. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is on here.
It's good.
I mean, that was the indication I was getting from the video.
It just made the video made me laugh multiple times. So funny.
I will say,
God.
like,
This fucking new Blender looks so different. I have to relearn everything, don't I? No, not that. Go live. There, now I'm back. Oh my god, the grid goes on forever.
I'm like not sure how far I'm gonna make it through Clone High. When I watched the first episode.
Oh.
When I could be watching Owl House or Infinity Train,
That's
or
fair.
Wander Over Yonder, or the last season, or the last season of Kipo.
Man, I don't like this. I don't know what I'm doing now.
I mean, I can't see what you're doing because I've not.
Oh, wait, no, I like this. What's this button do? This. Okay, no, I take it back. This is fine. What's this button do? Oh, yes, yes. This is more like Unity, or not Unity, Maya now.
I mean, it being more like Maya will also make it more like Unity because Unity space is more like Max and Maya space than like Blender space. Even though the axes aren't the same. Because, you know.
Oh no, though. What is going on? Oh. I've been learning using right click, and now right click isn't the thing. Now it's the other way around. Now right click does what it does on all programs except for this fucking program, or at least it used to. Now this one apparently is just going to work the way I want it to. Except for I've trained myself to not do it that way!
It's fine.
Okay.
It's like 10 hours of learning it wrong, if that. That's, you know.
No, I hate this. This is the worst.
I spent full time at my job, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 48 weeks a year. Spent my time learning a programming language that I'm never going to use again, and I still occasionally write stuff in the style because I'm so used to it. If you were like, you could trade that for using the wrong version of Blender for 10 hours, I'll take it. I will take it. I'm sure I can unlearn how to use the wrong mouse button. Okay, not allowed to default these values, but that does not.
Spin. Spin. Okay, at least this will be easier. I like that. I wonder if grouping works different now. My lips are so chapped, I hate it. I have to learn, and I was following this other tutorial that was teaching me how to do it on the old shit, and now it's completely new, at least that's what it seems like. Oh god. Oh god. At least this is the same. Oh. Is this not the same? Okay, no, this is fine. What's this? Ooh, add cube. There's just now an add cube button. Oh. Oh. Oh no. I don't like this. Where are my user preferences? There. Oh no. They're there. Remember, this was a thing in Unity that you could turn off. How do I turn it off here? Oh, wait. Editing. No. Add. Oh. This one. Yeah.
Period is before this time, then the timestamp will be greater than it starts. This is after return end is greater than timestamp.
Ooh, it has an autosave. That's sick.
Yeah, and if end is -1, then it's in infinite length, so nothing can be after it. Nothing! Although I shouldn't be making infinite time periods. That sounds really dangerous. Infinite anything in code is always dangerous. It's always just like an invitation to infinitely lock your thread and have your entire application crash and do nothing, and you're like, what is going on? And it turns out that you just forgot to increment a value by 1. Or the application is actually incrementing a value by 1 infinite times, but doing nothing with it.
Buzz. Who be speaking to me? Oh, it's Cookie.
It's just the Cougs. Oh, is the stream fine? Stream is fine now. Got to hit the little eyeball thing. Right. Before that little diversion, where was I at? I was making a timeline, and I was like, the timeline should have a time period. And then for each events, item in events. Dictionary int event. Oh wait,
Just
this has a time period.
I don't want. Okay, what if I? Oh no, this isn't what I want at all. But I don't know exactly how to change. Here we go.
Oh no! Oh!
Yeah.
Sugar.
Sugar, sugar.
I wonder if events should just have priority? Maybe?
Why is this like this? Okay, okay, okay. That's okay then.
I love your like swing range. You sound like pretty offended when you're like, why is this like this? And then you're just like, oh yeah, this is okay actually.
No, I mean it could be better, but it's acceptable really.
You sound like that gif of Lady Demistru putting the phone down after the conversation. Apparently, I'm supposed to play that game because the main character's a shitboy, and it has an interesting first chapter.
It's fun. Look, I made a cube animate. Could go up.
Nice. Cube, go up.
Yeah, the sprite fright is an animated short done completely in Blender.
Oh, okay.
Now I have to find a bunch of new tutorials that tell me how to use the new Blender. That's great.
Did you just not update your Blender before you started using the tutorial, or are you just really unlucky and they released a whole new version of Blender?
I'm willing to bet. I assume it's actually the first one, but I am claiming it's the second.
I had like one really good thing happen today, or thing that I really enjoyed today. So there's a games guy, like a writer, professional guy, called Lars Doucette, who I've been like reading their stuff for ages, and they're very smart and they know what they're talking about. And they've made commercial video games before, and they do conferences and stuff. And at the conference they were at today, which was like a web conference where people were talking about cryptocurrencies and NFTs and stuff, and he just like goes off on one describing all of the problems. It's like he had this prepared rant that he was very determined to get through, and he like adequately describes all of the problems in like 4 minutes, and then is like, I'm sorry if I was too direct. It's like, you go, dude. Don't worry, we're all thinking it. I really like it when I'm like frustrated with a thing, and I can read or listen to somebody else who can express that frustration much better than I can. It's like I understand all these things that suck,
So,
but I can't express it in a condensed way in the way other people can.
I read out what you said after Brian left to James about the crypto versus money and everything I was reading out. He was like, "That's what I was trying to say." He was getting so like not actually angry, but like, you know, joke angry, where he's like pretending to throw shit and being like, "Son of a bitch." But yeah, that's what happened after Brian left, and he was just like, "That's exactly it." Beautiful.
I'm glad that
Beautiful baby.
me and James are aligned in thinking crypto is horseshit.
Yeah, well, he was saying that it's like he doesn't completely disagree with Brian when it comes to like, yeah, you can make money off of it, but Brian essentially said that it was 100% no risk to go in to Bitcoin. He was just like, it is zero risk. And James was like, that's not really true.
That is absolutely insane. It's like an asset class so volatile that until what was it, the end of this year, banks were like, we won't even put this in assets. That's how they will package assets with like famous art in, with like expensive cars. They won't put Bitcoin in it. It's too volatile. Yeah. I don't know. I recognize how pointless it is arguing with people who think that crypto is the future, because they have not, like me, spent 30 or 40 hours reading different pieces of material on why their technology isn't going to work. Like,
Yeah,
they spend all their time consuming stuff that is like, this is why crypto is great.
So part of his arguments, not really arguments, but like part of his, and also not really gotcha. It was like, oh, everything you're saying, I was saying like X amount of years ago, and it was true then, and now it's like completely changed. Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That James was like, that's exactly what I was.
I do think that, like, 50 years from now, assuming the planet isn't a burning husk, because that's what it's actually going to be, if society in its current form exists in some way, people will hold currency as a digital asset. Like, there will be a digital version of currency that replaces coins and shit. But it, like, the weird decentralized blockchain is, I don't know, we'll have reached some weird socialist utopia if we're in a situation where there aren't just people with guns who are like, no. I think I should be the central authority here, and if you disagree with me, I'll shoot you.
Mhm.
Which is like how centralized authorities work right now. I mean, the governments don't shoot you, but they just, if you do stuff that they don't agree with, they make that stuff a crime,
Mhm.
and then are like, don't do that, or we'll put you in jail. And you can be like, okay, fine, I'll leave and go to another country and do it there. And they're like, cool, we'll annex that country that is doing the thing we don't agree with. We will get you extradited and put political pressure on the country to bring you back here so that we can put you in jail to make an example out of you. Like, it's the only reason that crypto has not been just like crushed by institutional law yet is various governments are weighing up whether they can like make it part of their central authority. Like if the Fed can just control the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum and roll it into the assets that they already own.
Yeah.
It's actually sick as shit because so in order to reverse the fact that Ethereum uses up a ridiculous amount of energy, they're planning on switching from proof of work to proof of stake. And the way proof of work is, it's literally like you prove that the transaction actually happened by doing a bunch of complicated math. And that proves it, right? Proof of stake is you can use coins you already have on the chain to validate the transaction. So it's like, I'm already staked in this coin, so you can trust me that I am not fucking around with the chain. With proof of work, so all crypto is the crypto database. All crypto databases are weak to what's called a 51% attack, which is if you control 51% of all the records, then you can falsify records because you have majority, right? Everyone will compare to everyone else's records, and you'll have the majority of the records, and then you can falsify whatever you want onto the chain. So with proof of work, in order to do a 51% attack, you have to be doing 51% of all the work. Like you have to have all the computing power, which is difficult. With proof of stake, you just have to own 51% of the coins. Like you don't need that computing power. You just need to purchase the assets. So once ETH has gone to proof of stake, the person who wants to control ETH, all they need to do is buy 50% of the total supply of ETH. And then they can directly manipulate its value via a 51% attack. But you know, it's the future. NFTs, something. I think governance tokens are kind of cool. They're just useless. I just think about a lot of things on the blockchain that I'm like, oh yeah, this is neat. Too bad it's useless. Too bad you can't use it for anything. But like, a governance token is cool. It just represents a like voting share. So the more you buy into something, the more governance tokens you have, and the more votes you have, essentially. So it allows to have lots of cool decentralized decision making. It's like there's crypto investment things where the money is split up into pools, and then you can buy governance into the pools of crypto and like exert. You can vote over what it gets reinvested into and stuff. Which would be very, very hard to do IRL without like a piece of technology as a vehicle, because you'd need a lot of like legal paperwork to do it to prevent fraud, because you know that's what people are using crypto for, is fraud. Okay. these bad boys here. And then... Oh, wait. No, I want to be able to...
But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
What animated show do you think I should watch next?
Do I have access to your list?
You should have. It's my TV shows one. I've copied all the animated shows onto it, but I've not
If it's an accident, there's an error that feels good, then you leave it in.
I've not organized them yet. I just like dump them on the bottom half of the list. But obviously you are the actual preeminent expert.
What's
that
it called specifically?
I've sent you a link in Messenger.
Oh. Okay. There.
It's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
Okay, they're all at the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, it might be the next thing, because I really want to finish Season 3 of Kipo. Just, like, get that squared away. I did start... She-Ra?
I like She-Ra. Probably the Harley Quinn show.
Really? Over the top of, like, Owl House and stuff? And Wander Over Yonder? I thought you really liked Wander Over Yonder.
I do love Wander Over Yonder. Maybe I'd pick Owl House over Harley Quinn.
It's about getting it to feel right.
So on one hand, the episodes of Wander Over Yonder are really short. On the other hand, there's a lot of them. And I don't think the first few episodes really do the show justice. It like introduces it in like an okay way, but I think it like gets better as it goes on. Yeah, I'm not sure. Owl House is really good though. Actually, oof. So I'm gonna take it back on both of those only because neither of them are actually finished. And I don't know when Owl House is going to finish. What is out of Owl House is amazing, but I honestly do not know when they're getting their final. It's not a season; it's like a final half season.
Okay.
So maybe.
What was the other thing? There's something else that everyone's like, oh, this is Infinity Train.
I have not watched that one. I cannot tell you if I think it's amazing, but I am really hyped to watch it.
The only thing that I'm concerned about Infinity Train is they're struggling to get their last season aired.
Yeah, I actually believe it was canceled, like, officially, but I could be wrong on that.
They're in the process of trying to find another network for the last season. It's, you know, we're technically in a golden age of animation if you're trying to get your show picked up right now. So
yeah. I mean, I should just tell you to fucking watch Over the Garden Wall. It's not that long, and it's still kind of close to Halloween.
Yeah, and fucking Google give me my episodes back.
Liddy says she likes Infinity Train.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like, it's high on my priority list to check out. I'll put Liddy down as the as the recommender for Infinity Train. I had to come up with a new system for the TV shows. So now, basically, for stuff that people recommend, I split your points between the number of shows that you recommend. So the more stuff people are like, oh, you got to watch this, and you got to watch this and watch this, the less effect it has on whether I actually watch it or not.
Oh, so the more shows you watch, or the more shows you suggest, it kind of gets like spread out over, like, you get one recommendation, but you can put it on. And so if you have 2 shows, it's like you get half a recommendation for both of
Yes,
them.
yeah.
Okay.
Each reco is worth like 40 out of 100 points. So if you only pick one, you get 40 points. If you pick 2, it's 20. If you pick 4, it's like 10 points. Which means you're going to get like trashed by somebody else's reco. It's funny because people were like way less willing to recommend games, but lots of people have like TV show opinions. So
I have lots of video game opinions.
So where did you land on the show I should watch next? Or didn't
If
you?
it's, I said I said you should just watch Over the Garden Wall.
Okay, I don't need to do that. I'm gonna do that as soon as I can do that. You know.
You can come up and get our episodes. Ryan has it all downloaded.
Okay.
Since I'm gonna pick Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated mostly because it's finished. Like, it has an end. It didn't get canceled. It's not like, oh, maybe there'll be more. It like legitimately has an end. So that's the one I would probably pick. It's also not super long. Like, I think it has like a reasonable amount of episodes. I think it's like 3 seasons.
You picked that over She-Ra?
I'm gonna quickly find out how many episodes each of them have, and then I will tell you which one I will pick over. Okay, Scoob has 2 seasons of 26 episodes.
Okay, Over the Garden Wall is on this list. It's just not. It's not very high right now. I'll fix that. Gonna like move these recos to the top.
She-Ra has 52 episodes. So they're about the same. Have you started She-Ra?
Yes, I've watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of it. One of the reasons I'm now like lukewarm on She-Ra is because I watched it and I was like, yeah, this is good. But I wasn't like, oh man, I must watch this to find out what happens.
That's fair.
And I know it's not like a problem. It's by design, right? That show is definitely like more of a show for kids. I think the same thing had happened where I've been watching Kipo and I got like interrupted after watching the first like 3 or 4 episodes of Kipo. I would have just like forgotten about Kipo.
I feel so. I think She-Ra probably. I'm gonna say Scooby. Just go for Scooby. Cause I think the Scooby-Doo series is like I think it as a total, if I'm remembering correctly, it as a complete show is like a fairly solid, with only a couple episodes being like meh episodes. Well, I feel like She-Ra and Kipo both have like, you have to watch it and it gets better as you go because you get more attached to the characters and you understand their struggles, you get their backstories, and like shit happens. But with like, I think if I recall correctly, Scooby starts out fairly strong and just more or less remains strong, minus like probably a handful of episodes here and there.
Okay.
It's also like some of the best versions of each of the characters, as the video was mentioning. Like, Fred is so fucking funny in that show.
I don't know. I watched the bit from the video that you sent where Scooby is like comforting Fred,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is cool. Like I'm into this. I watch this. I really
It's so funny because Daphne's super in love with him, but he's super oblivious of it, and everybody's like, pretty sure in this carnation Fred is gay. Pretty sure. Like, you know, low key, not actually like confirmed gay, but the fans are like, did he just say that?
Hmm.
But yeah, I would probably say Owl House would be a really good one to go on to, except for the fact that it's not complete, and I don't know when it will be completed.
I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff on that list. I scrolled down. I didn't spend a lot of time looking at it. I think my next TV show in general is supposed to be Ted Lasso.
I do kind of want to watch them.
Actually, no. My next TV show in general is gonna be What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not like
Jackie Daytona,
I'm not
normal
like
everyday human.
infinitely behind. Oh man, that I gotta check with the person who was like, "Hey, do you want to play D&D?" to find out if they're actually gonna run a thing.
Oh. Okay, it looks like season 2 is supposed to get 21 episodes, and we're 10 episodes in. And it looks like season 3 is gonna be some specials? Or maybe we did finish season 2. Okay, well, we definitely caught up.
Don't worry about that for now.
And then... yeah, I think they just, yeah, so there's supposed to be, it looks like 11 more episodes in the final season, or in season 2, and it looks like season 3 is just some shorts, like they're like specials and not actual episodes. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And who knows when this shit's gonna come out, because they just suddenly found out that they were canceled. Apparently a guy in a suit was like, these shows are gonna be canceled. And they're like, what?
Yeah, sounds about.
And apparently he thinks that shows that have overarching stories, like they're not just one-off episodes every time, are not good, because kids can't watch any episode and be invested in it. You need to watch the overarching story, and so it's bad for Disney, I guess.
I mean, I don't know what kids like these days. It's not what people think. That's definitely true.
It's definitely not what a fucking guy in a suit who probably doesn't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
what being
yeah.
a kid is, though.
But it is funny if you like step into the online discourse and people are getting in it over like get your kids to watch Steven Universe because Steven Universe blah 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 blah, right? And yes, Steven Universe blah blah blah, like all this stuff is true, right? But it's not necessarily a thing a lot of actual kids connect with.
Yeah.
Like a lot of teens and adults connect with it,
Yeah.
and some kids, and you're like putting your own biases onto children, which is probably
I
the
think
same thing.
something
The
with
same
Owl House
thing.
would be older kids would be into it because it's very much like a fantasy that you can kind of see yourself in, which is great for kids, in my opinion.
Kids animated shows 2021. Viewership. Oh my gosh, SpongeBob's so good. It is one of the most popular kids shows in America.
What is?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, I think it finished, didn't it?
Yeah, but like, kids don't care about that.
No, yeah, that's fair. I mean, even if you started watching SpongeBob now and have never seen any other episode of SpongeBob, there's a lot of SpongeBob to go through.
I have such a soft spot for SpongeBob because a lot like the old episodes of The Simpsons, you'll like go back and you'll watch an old episode, it's still funny. It's still as funny as like when you watched it the first time. I reckon after you've watched it like 7 or 8 times, you're gonna be like, yeah, I know all the jokes in this now. But it's like just hitting those jokes like 2 or 3 times and it's still being good is like so good. There's like something extra painful about going back to something that you used to think was funny and now you just don't find it funny anymore. It just doesn't land in the same way. It's like, losing something nice.
It looks like Hilda is in the same boat of like not getting a third season but getting like a movie.
Oh, Hilda was getting a movie anyway. For the season 2, like the end of season 2 was just going straight into the movie.
Oh, okay.
Which is, why the ending of season 2 was the way it was. If there is a season 3, it's going to take forever. Because when season 1 finished, it was like the first book was out and the second book was in production. And when the second season came out, the second book had just hit the shelves.
Apparently the movie is coming in 2022.
So
no specific date.
There's there's no more. Man, I don't even know where you go to get the Here we go. Glance. Just got it. Here we go. Top most 3 watched shows. Oh. Is this? Hang on. Which country is this? Which countries it's in? Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir is like really high everywhere in Europe. 72.6 million views.
I love Miraculous Ladybug, but it's not a very good show. It's like a very episode to episode. The characters usually stay the same. There's like tiny bits of actual something happening and being pushed forward. The characters are mostly like kind of awful to each other. Like in the like this show probably would have been, I don't know. It's the main character is kind of a horrible person, but like also she's really sweet and nice in other ways.
Okay, so I have the stats for 2018 up. SpongeBob SquarePants is just wrecking. It's just like
No
destroying
surprise.
everything else.
No surprise there.
Star Wars Rebels, which
Okay.
I don't know. I guess kids like Star Wars because their parents said that they should like Star Wars.
A lot of adults and like the Star Wars animated series.
Oh, so this is probably just like adults watching the show that's blowing up the figures.
Most likely, yes. A lot of people fucking love the new and the old Clone Wars, as well as Rebels, which I believe was not a spin-off but related to, and they're also really excited about the Bad Batch. But yes, it's adults. It's
But, like,
mostly adults.
Yeah, so then there's Miraculous, which what I've heard about Miraculous is it basically doesn't really have plot until the second half
Yeah.
of the season.
Yeah,
My idol-
100%. The first few episodes are one-offs. It doesn't even start with an origin episode or anything. The origin episode's like way later of like, oh, remember the time we met?
I mean, I'm more than okay with that. I'm so done with Origin.
No, I
episodes.
just mean that like it starts off and it's just like a thing happens and is like, oh shit, we have to do the thing, and then she like Sailor Moons into it and then like does the thing.
I mean, I think I've not finished Kipo yet, but Kipo also feels like they skipped the origin story on purpose.
Well, okay, but with
intentionally.
Kipo, yeah, but with Kipo, the reasoning was kind of to like for you to be on the same page as Kipo of like what the fuck's going on, what is this new world. With Miraculous Ladybug, it was just so you could watch any episode in any order and not have to worry about starting on the right episode, because in the first season it really doesn't matter what episode you start on because it's essentially the same thing. The bad guy uses people who are like upset or sad or angry, like with negative emotions, and he uses his stolen miraculous to turn them into a supervillain. Basically offering them what they want in exchange for Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculouses. And then so they go around causing trouble with a superpower based on their negative emotion and the powers they have gained. And then Ladybug and Cat Noir defeat them by using their ability that they use in every episode.
But yeah, the list of shows here, assumedly Star Wars Rebels has an arc. My Little Pony
I believe so.
My-
My Friendship is Magic?
has an arc. It's not as prevalent as other shows, but it has an arc. Gravity Falls just does the best job ever of having Monster of the Week episodes that eventually come together to be like, and plot.
Yeah.
I
Owl House is done by the same people who.
Yes,
did Gravity
that's
Falls.
why I really wanted to. The reason I was like Owl House is I wanted to see Alex Hirsch's new series.
Yeah. It's essentially like it definitely has the same kind of charm that Gravity Falls does, but without being a clone of Gravity Falls. But has a lot of similar things to Gravity Falls.
Paw Patrol is gross and sucks.
Oh yeah, fucking. Okay, I can promise you that's what fucking kid. I think Coogie's kid is like 7 or something, and she fucking loves Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol seems to be the thing that every parent like quietly resents that their child likes. They're like,
Yeah, I
ugh,
mean,
that
definitely better
show.
than Caillou, but yeah, it's ugh, that show.
But like, Caillou wouldn't appeal to kids now, right?
Not now, but back in the day, kids liked it. I
Um,
never fucking liked
now,
Caillou.
now it has to be something that like caters to
Liddy's like,
how
I
of
don't know what Caillou is because she's not Canadian.
I mean, count yourself lucky not knowing what Caillou is.
Sorry, what's the one after
Paw
Paw
Patrol,
Patrol?
Pokemon, still going strong.
Is it specifically Sun and Moon or just like a Pokemon in general?
It's just listed as Pokemon. I don't know if it's
Oh,
Sun
okay.
and Moon. But Pokemon,
Sun and Moon is actually pretty good.
Pokemon like has a plot, but the plot never matters week to week.
Pokemon Sun and Moon is different. Like, it's
And
still kind of episode to episode, but it has more of an overarching, like, Ash learns more stuff and like things change. But
and then Amazing World of Gumball, which I really want to get around to watching because it's really weird and experiment.
amazing.
It
Yeah.
does a bunch of like weird experimental stuff, and I'm like into that.
Yeah, no, I've seen tidbits of Gumball, and I really like it, and so I really want to watch it because it's just like batshit insane.
There's like a meta episode where the cheap Chinese knockoff animation of the family from Gumball show up in World
That's
of
so
Gumball
funny.
and try and like steal their lives from them.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's weird how like I don't know, stuff is good, but you just end up like sleeping on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Well, I spent a quarter of this time talking about animated shows. I should fix this piece of code though. Oops. Pardon me. So, assuming I managed to settle into this a little bit, the making the fake chat app thing, are you interested in trying to help me design a better interface for it?
You know me, I get excited about pretty much anything.
At the moment, I'm just like, I'm using Messenger as a reference.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just want to hit all those, like, this is what people expect. I should probably be looking at WhatsApp? No, Instagram. Or WhatsApp. Or both of them. People DM each other on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to look at Discord because it's... I know that people use it to talk, but they don't use it to talk to other people, right? You don't generally DM a lot of people on Discord.
It kind of depends on who you are. I think Estee's siblings DM her, not like primarily, but I know there are some people who do use it as more of a primary thing than others. It's just not super common for it too. It's not the nicest looking layout, so I wouldn't use it for something like that.
It's less like primary and more like if I want to start a chat with a bunch of different people in, Discord feels like it's more useful for that than Messenger is. I don't know, it's weird because Messenger used to be the place where you had all your like, you know, you talk to like one person at a time in different Messenger things, and then the age of group chats began. And people stopped using Facebook a bunch. Like, they stopped using their wall, so you weren't talking to people on their Facebook wall, you were talking to them in group chats. And my fake thing is going to have group chats, but I want to avoid having to build a lot of content for them, because it's actually going to be a lot harder to like build out the narrative content for a group chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my suspicion. I'm not a professional writer or something, but I imagine that trying to write a scene with, you know, 3 or 4 different characters in, where you have very limited verbs to describe how a character is feeling, is going to make it hard. It's going to make it difficult. So I'm trying to draw my reference material from like chat applications people use to talk to one person, multiple one persons at a time. So you have, you know, a bunch of different DMs with different people. Be like MSN Messenger. Did MSN Messenger have group chats? I don't even remember.
No.
I know AOL didn't.
Well,
Right.
it is after 10:30.
Yeah, I know. I was asking you about that before I like did all the wrap up stuff. Thanks. My trial of Express Zip has expired. Oh no. What a tragedy. Let me find OBS. Here we go. Alright. We're gonna go. Gonna write more code off stream, probably. Definitely.
I'm probably gonna just close this and not open it until next week and then complain.
I mean, I guess you do you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I like work on this stuff outside of the stream because I can't help myself. I want you to learn enough so that we can redo the models for Spherical Doggo.
I mean, I might be able to do something that could be something. I don't know.
No, just like push on with like learning your shit, and don't be like, oh, maybe. I won't ask you until you have some degree of confidence. Because I don't want you to experience, if I'm asking you to do something, I don't want you to experience much frustration of like, oh, it's hard to make this work.
Oh, I'll probably still be frustrated.
But like less of that, preferably. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good life. See you next week. Next month.